Hello, my dear students of Honours First Year. This is Hasina Islam, Lecturer, Department of English, Tongi Government College, Gazipur. I think you all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. You are missing us, and we are also missing you. You are missing your campus, your friends. Don't worry. Inshallah, we will be able to overcome this situation very soon. Okay? So, today we will enjoy a very nice poem by Dylan Thomas, Fern Hill. And this lecture is for the students of Honours First Year. First of all, you have to listen to this poem very carefully. Okay, I'm going to start the poem, and everyone, please listen to this poem very carefully. After that, I will try to give you some important information regarding this poem and also the summary of this poem. Okay, so let's enjoy the poem.
Now as I was young and easy under the apple boughs, about the lilting house, and happy as the grass was green, the night above the dingle starry, time let me hail and climb, golden in the heydays of his eyes. And honoured among wagons I was prince of the apple towers, and once below a tigers of the windfall light. As I was green and carefree, famous among the barns, about the happy yard, and singing as the farm was home, in the sun that is young once only. Time let me play and be, golden in the mercy of his means. And green and golden I was huntsman and herdsman, the calves sang to my horn, the foxes on the hills barked clear and cold, and the Sabbath rang slowly in the pebbles of the holy street. All the sun long it was running, it was lovely, the hay fields high as the house, the tunes from the chimneys, it was air and playing, lovely and watery and fire, green as grass. And nightly under the simple stars as I rode to sleep, the owls were bearing the farm away. All the moon long I heard, blessed among stables, the nightjars flying with the ricks, and the horses flashing into the dark. Then, to awake, and the farm, like a wanderer white with the dew, come back, the cock on his shoulder, it was all shining. It was Adam and maiden. The sky gathered again, and the sun grew round that very day. So it must have been after the birth of the simple light, in the first spinning place, the spellbound horses walking warm out of the whinnying green stable onto the fields of praise. And honoured among foxes and pheasants by the gay house, under the new-made clouds, and happy as the heart was long, in the sun born over and over, I ran my heedless ways, my wishes raced through the house high hay, and nothing I cared at my sky-blue trades that time allows in all his tuneful turnings. So few and such morning songs, before the children green and golden followed him out of rest. Nothing I cared in the lamb-white days that time would take me up to the swallow-thronged loft by the shadow of my hand in the moon that is always rising, nor that riding to sleep I should hear him fly with the high fields and wake to the farm forever fled from the childless land. Oh, as I was young and easy in the mercy of his means, time held me green and dying, though I sang in my chains like the sea.
Okay, so Fern Hill by Dylan Thomas is an autobiographical poem in which Thomas uses the memories of childhood days in order to explore the theme of a journey from innocence to experience. The theme is based on William Blake's division, The World of Experience, and it is reinforced through the use of Wordsworthian double consciousness. Okay, so this is a journey from innocence to experience as we find in William Blake's poems. Okay, so this poem also give us the idea of a journey from innocence to experience. Okay, so the poem can be divided into two parts. Yes. The first three stanzas are related to the poet's experience as a child when he uses to spend his summer holidays at his uncle's farm called Farnhill. So Farnhill is a farm, and it is here he spent his childhood and with sweet memories. Okay, but the last three stanzas are about an awakening in the child, which signifies the loss of the world of innocence. That is, he started the experience. He started the new life with experience. At the center of this loss of the innocence are the myths of fall of the first human beings, that is Adam and Eve. The world of innocence, or the child, as described in the first three stanzas, is like the Garden of Eden. This is a world in which the child is in complete union with nature. Okay, in the poem, the speaker fondly remembers his days on the farm as he spent in his childhood in this farm, and he marvels at the happy innocence of his childhood. The first line of Farnhill says, "Now, as I was young and easy under the apple boughs." The past tense, the verb was, indicates that the speaker is now an adult. It is a happy time. That is, he spent a very happy time there, and the child is favorite around the farm and town. The first stanza is full of personal imagery, or pertaining to a country life. It painted a very vivid picture of country life, with the poem mentioning apple boughs, starry skies, trees and leaves, and other natural objects. In stanza 2, the child is described as green and carefree, in stanza 2, the child is described as green and carefree, with green having the dual meaning of both young and naive. The child does not understand time. Here we know that the child is not aware about time. Time is first time mentioned in line number 13. As the poem develops in the succeeding stanzas, the significance of time becomes clear. The stanza ends with the child wasting time. That is, he felt that it was a wasting of time as skipping stones in a stream on a Sunday afternoon. Stanza 3, or third stanza, opens with additional description of the child's pleasure on the farm. The child sees the farm in his dreams. He dreams of owls, nigers, and horses on the farm. In the fourth stanza, the child awakens to the rooster. The poem contains many images of an idyllic childhood in the previous stanzas, but in the fourth stanza we find a change in tone. Okay, in fourth stanza we find this change. The poet explicitly alludes to the biblical Eden. Here is the reference of the Garden of Eden. He compares witnessing the coming of the day to Adam and Eve in the Eden, and God creating the universe. That is, with the creation of universe, or the God creating the universe, our life of experience is going to be started. Here he is giving these hints, okay. And in the previous stanzas we find the world of innocence, and now he is going to start the world of experience. And in the next stanza begins the poem's ending tone of regret. Okay, the speaker ends the poem lamenting his carelessness and mourning the loss of his childhood and innocence. That is, he became sad on thinking that he lost his innocence and his childhood. This is all about this poem, and in my next lecture I will try to give you more information regarding this poem, and of course you will try to listen to this poem very carefully, and of course you will try to find out some questions from this poem. And I think this summary and this information will be very helpful for you. So this is for today, and soon we will get our next lecture, inshallah. Until then, Allah Hafiz. Have a nice day.